Hey there, everyone. Brad Smith here with Shin Wellness, and today I am interviewing Leanne Thomas, owner of Angelic. How are you today, Leanne?
I'm great. I'm really excited to be here and to talk to everybody there in Miami. I'm over here in California, so it's still morning for me.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview. At Shin Wellness, we're always looking for new educators, teachers, and new things to really help our patients. So we're really looking forward to what you offer and the program you have. Can you give us just a quick introduction of what you do and what Angelic Hope is?
Great. So I am an intuitive medium and an evidential medium. It means I bring in lots of evidence and details when I connect to people and their loved ones in heaven. And I'm also a channel for the angelic realms, meaning that I have, since I was very little, talked to angels. My website is Angelic Hope, which is where people can go online and book a reading or a session or come to look at joining a class or an event kind of thing. And I'm super excited to be coming out to Miami and to be part of the Shin Wellness team and bring intuition and mediumship and love from heaven to that area and specifically to the Wellness Center.
Well, that's great. And I know we're excited to have you, and it's going to be great. You have a class coming up that we're going to be hosting June 23rd. That anyone that's watching can register for. So we're excited for that. Can you give us a quick kind of explanation of what exactly intuition is, just in case somebody's not 100% sure?
Yep. So intuition is that internal guidance that we're all born with. Every human being on the planet is born with an internal, some people have feelings and some people just have knowings, like they just know something. And even animals have it, like it's a God-given gift that we all have, and it goes by many names. So some people may say it's their gut feelings, right? Like we've all had gut feelings on something, or perhaps
intuition.
even like the term mother's intuition, like, you know, in the idea that we just know something about our children or something that's going on with the family. And with animals, science is even very much documented, like why geese fly south for the winter or why butterflies go to a certain area. And we all still have that inner compass too. It is, I believe, science hasn't found it yet, but I do believe there is a connection in our actual physical brain that helps to widen or connect us into the divine or our internal guidance.
Now, is this for everybody, or is this something that only certain people have, or a special gift? Can you kind of explain that, just for somebody that maybe doesn't know much about it?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I think of it like a dimmer switch, right? On someone's light switch in their house. We all have it. Every person in the class that I teach is a level 1, and it's actually a 2-day class, so it's both on June 23rd and 24th. And think of it as most of us have our intuitive dimmer turned down. Like we're trained in our schools and in our families and other ways to be real logical. And that's great. I'm not against logic. But the dimmer switch often gets turned down as we age or we get, you know, out of childhood into the teenage years. Right. And what this class can do is like help turn that dimmer switch back up to very bright, to have a bright light on with us. And it's, since the class is for everyone, anyone 14 and to 114 could or should take the class, because it helps just that light, that internal light, come on.
That's great. I think it's great that you're offering this. Everyone can join and try it out, see if it's right for them. What am I feeling right now? Is there anything that somebody is feeling on a regular basis, or maybe not even sure that they are, that is a reason maybe they should attend their class?
Right. So when we have, some people are having experiences, like there's kind of across the board in the world, there's so much more of a wake-up call going on. And so people will have experiences where they'll have a dream, or they'll be somewhere and they'll get those chills, like they'll have that feeling or that hair stand up on the back of their neck. People will say that they feel or sense something around them, but they don't know what it is. Or this is a very, very common one, is where people feel like something in their life is about ready to change, or something's off, or they're not really fulfilled in life. and it's time to take the class. It's time to step in and find out what these feelings or those gut feelings are going on with them, because it does connect us to our soul and then that intuition that every person has.
Wow, that's cool, because I'm sure there's so many people out there that have those feelings. They're really not sure what to do with them, right?
Right, and it shows up in our everyday lives. This isn't something like crazy, weird, or woo-woo. I mean, it can go that direction for some people. Well, people will share an experience of a ghost they saw, or say reoccurring numbers that they see over and over again. But in people's everyday lives, it can become very important. So even in your everyday life, Brad, let's just think about it. Like, using your intuition will help you be better at your job. It helps you to be able to help the clients that you work with more, because you're tuned into their energy or their vibe or the vibe of their business or their career, what they're doing. Because if you lack that or you push it to the side, you're less likely to be tuned in. You might have a client like Shin Wellness that's, does intuitive stuff and helps people not only with their physicalness, but with their emotional side of themselves and now their spiritual side. And then you might have another client that is all technology, and you have to get in there and be real technical with everything that you do with them. So you have to be able to shift yourself to be able to handle all different types of clients and tune into them and their energy. One of the first things that I teach in the class is how we're all feeling each other's energy all the time. Everyone is. Don't care who you are. People in comas feel it. And so when we can understand that we're doing that and how to use it to our advantage, not to get over on someone or trick someone, but to just have a greater understanding, a greater empathy, because the more understanding and empathy, let's say, you have for the variety of clients that you probably work with, the better at your job you can be. Whether I'm a cop, I'm a police officer. Don't we want our police officers to be using some of their intuition, to keep themselves safe or to trust? We want them to have logic. Of course, we want them to fall back on their training and their skills that they have. But we also want them to be open to that side of the divine that's going to help them be safe or solve something very quickly. We want our doctors to have intuition. We don't want it to just be by the book, because not everything shows up by the book. Sometimes it's a gut feeling or a knowing or something that they have inside them. Our teachers, we don't want them teaching every single student in the classroom exactly the same. We want them tuned into the energy. So energy is an important part, even in understanding intuition and how that can unfold for people.
I mean, those were some awesome real world examples, which I think it helps me better understand it. Thank you for sharing those. It leads right to my next question, which you probably already answered a little bit of. But what should I expect after a class?
Well, the thing with my class is that since I have a background in education and in teaching, and I have lots of experiences. I have 2 master's degrees in education, so I understand the different modalities that people need in order to learn. So my class is very activities-based, hands-on. You're going to have experiences and activities through the class. So you should expect to walk away with tools that you can take home and incorporate into your everyday life. More than just even meditation. We get into the idea of tapping into someone else's energy. Now, the level 1 class is a personal class, so it's for everyone's personal development. It isn't to learn how to give other people readings or become a psychic or a medium or something like that. It's very much for everyone's personal life. But to really understand that, I need to put people into activities to work together. So you have tools that you'll take away on, being able to use maybe some angel cards or oracle cards, or say even a pendulum, being able to hold on to different objects and feel the energy of it. And that's not to give a reading, but it's to grow in understanding for ourselves. So not only are you going to have and walk away with experiences that can help you lead a better, balanced, whole life, and trust your intuition and go with it. I mean, because haven't we all had those experiences where we go, I just wish I would have trusted what I was feeling, right? Like we did, especially as teenagers, right? Like we did the wrong thing or we made a mistake and we knew it. We knew it was going wrong, so we can avoid those pitfalls. And I give people the tools to walk away from with this class so that they have those in their toolkit and spiritual practices, not religious, but spiritual practices that they can carry around with them through their everyday life that help them feel more connected, more balanced, more centered.
Yeah. I mean, having those tools, you know you're prepared, or maybe you'll know what action to take when it presents itself to you.
Right.
What about, should I come by myself? You're hosting this class here in Miami. Should we come to the class by ourselves? Should we invite a friend, a spouse? What is maybe most comfortable or most beneficial?
So I think everybody should come with someone, whether it's a family member, a spouse, or maybe you have a 14, 15, 16-year-old that's wanting to, learn to trust their gut and their guidance. You've got a mom that you want to come with. You've got a best friend. You can come alone, because I'm going to connect people to a variety of people and situations, so you're not going to feel alone in the class. It's very connected, and everybody meets someone new. But coming along with a friend, then you both have someone after the class that you can work on your tools with. So that's an added bonus, right? So you should call up a friend and say, hey, you might not be interested in this, but I am, and you're my friend, come with me anyway. I've had lots of wives bring their husbands, and for their husbands to find out how amazing it is that they've tuned in or they've tapped into their intuitive side. It's fun to watch the men open up and blossom during the class.
So I'm sure they come in a little shy, maybe, not sure what to expect.
Of course, at first. A lot of people do, but the thing about the classes is that I really make it applicable to anyone, for everyone to be able to do and feel safe to try. One of my favorite sayings that I have in the class is be a fool for God. Like we're trained in our lives to have proof of everything and evidence of everything before we take an action or before we do something. And so in the class, we take some risks and I create a safe environment for people to just let loose and have fun that way.
Right. Okay, awesome. And I think anyone that's watching, definitely check it out. Where would be the best place for somebody to either learn more and if they're interested, sign up? Yeah.
So feel free, if you have questions about the class, anybody watching this, to email me. And you can email me directly from my website, which is angelichope.com. The sign-ups for this course, the Level 1 course, is on my website, which is angelichope.com. And make sure you click the Miami, because I'm also teaching this class in other places. So I have different places I'm teaching it. And I'm also doing a gallery, which is an audience event where I will be giving messages and passing messages along from heaven to people. And you can sign up for that event on my website under the events page and classes page as well. But more than likely, Wendy at Shin Wellness will have information for people as well through her website, or just reaching out to the center as well.
Yeah, and we'll make sure we post the links either above or below the video, depending on where you're watching this from. So you can easily click the link, learn more, and sign up. And I think it'd be great for anyone to join and try out. Bring a friend or bring a spouse, right?
I think so. And because my goal is to reach out to the world with this class, because the more people are feeling balanced and whole and connected in their life, the more we have a beautiful world. People don't want to lash out or be angry or hurt one another if they're tuned in and tapped into their own intuition and guidance.
Right. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Looking forward to the event, and thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate it so much. Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you so much. Yeah.